I'm Lawrence Williams. I'm the founder and president of the United States Healthful Food Council. We're the entity that's behind REAL certification. REAL stands for Responsible, Epicurean, and Agricultural Leadership. It is a third-party voluntary nutrition and sustainability certification program. What we're trying to do is encourage what we call like best practices in the industry. You want to give the chef the creativity to do his thing, but you want to encourage best practices that would better align the sort of financial interests that are the businesses behind the restaurant. Often, the chef is the owner, many times the chef's not the owner, and better align those interests with the long-term societal benefits of healthier food. And that's really how we kind of develop this best practices. It's related to both nutrition and sustainability, and we've really tried to blend those. And really the goal of the organization is to make healthful and sustainable food more profitable, because right now I feel like one of the reasons why we've ended up where we are with our food system is because it's being driven very much by just the economic interests. I mean, these are businesses, they're not social enterprises, and unless you can really align the financial interests with the nutrition and sustainability interests, then you're going to have this conflict. So we often say we got to align the bottom line with the waistline. We've rolled out in Washington, D.C. We've got 20 of, I would say, some of the most influential restaurants involved, everything from fine dining to mid-level founding farmer, casual full-service restaurants to some of the more forward-looking new chains that are out there in even the sort of fast casual and quick service space, like Shop House and Energy Kitchen. The main reason we're here is to celebrate the leaders in this industry, like Elizabeth and like the other restaurants that are the first certified restaurants. Everybody's here to celebrate. Food should be about celebration, bringing people together. The last thing we want really is having to worry. When you go into a restaurant, which we're all doing more and more, you really want to be able to go in and just order what you want the same way as if you went to dinner at your parents' house or your spouse is cooking or anyone else. You shouldn't really have to worry, look at the calorie counts and things like that. And that's what we're trying to bring back with REAL certification. So thank you all for coming. Please enjoy the organic wine and the wonderful raw and vegan appetizers. And don't get something raw and vegan. What we're trying to do is create, using competition, which is a very business-like concept, to create a virtuous cycle of restaurants competing on quality and these other factors like nutrition, sustainability, use of organic, use of local, all of these things, where it's a virtuous cycle of competition, as opposed to what's been kind of a vicious cycle of, if we just cut costs here, we can undercut our competitor, we can give a bigger portion, and so you've got a vicious cycle of, more sugar, more salt, more fat, and bigger portions, and everybody's competing on that, and it's really brought us down to, I believe, a very low common denominator. The problem that we're trying to help solve is the fact that there are really little economic interest that would really motivate a restaurant to want to serve healthful food. The most profitable foods are the foods that we eat, and they tend to not be the most healthful foods. So the idea is, how can we better align those two things?
I think that the Eat Real is, it's the beginning of a trend that we're going to see. I think it's really important. People want to know where their foods come from. They want to know how their food's prepared. And I think for Lawrence to bring that really to the table, no pun intended, but to bring that to the table and say, it's time that we offer, more information about restaurants, so that when you go out to dine, you can make educated choices about, all these restaurants, the food might taste good, but don't you want to know where it's come from? I mean, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal.
I just believe that there is a wow factor in the food, and people are thrilled to be here. And so many people don't understand that wow factor is because it is so fresh. It's an amazing difference. I mean, the nutritional value of local food, of a food that was just picked yesterday and you're cooking it today. Again, knowing who grows your food and how they handle it and who they are is so important. It translates into my being and my spirit, and not even that I'm cooking it, but it's in my kitchen. But when we cook it, it's all part of the whole deal. And when our guests eat it, it just makes a world of difference, because our love and passion is in that food, and that's very, very important in cooking food.
My name is Josh Hahn. I'm the operating partner of Eat Well DC. We own and operate 5 restaurants in the district, 3 here in Logan Circle, 1 in the west end of DuPont Circle, and 1 in Columbia Heights. We also own and operate our own private farm. It's a 13-acre farm in southern Maryland. I think their mission is one that we believe in, and the people that are behind the mission, I think, are very impressive. We want, hopefully, support them to allow them to get the message out about us and these other restaurants where people should go if they want to support businesses who serve farm fresh food and serve ethically raised proteins and use recyclable products and green chemicals care deeply about making sure that the people that come in the restaurants are getting the best product possible and not just the cheapest, fastest, easiest products available. I think a lot of people say they want to spend their money a certain way or eat a certain way, but when push comes to shove, they don't want to do the work to find out where to go. There's hopefully better resources coming that will give people that knowledge and that information to make the decision.
There's a whole new generation, I feel like, of people that are really want to eat real. They really, understand how, their grandparents ate and how the food system has changed, and there really is an awakening, I think, that's happening right now.